On a quiet October 7th in 1958, in the hilly village of Kitunga in Intungamo district, a boy was born into privilege and proximity to power. His father, Enoch Ruzima Montuyela, was a senior government official and a trusted confidant of then-President Milton Obote. His family connections guaranteed him a life of comfort, access to elite education, and a likely future within Uganda's ruling circles. But retired Major General GREGORY MUGISHA Muntu would choose a different path, one marked by sacrifice, silent rebellion, and an unwavering commitment to principle.
We've got the capability to launch anywhere within this city and maintain discipline in our people. And we have told the minister that, look, if you want to test us, do that.
In a country where political survival often demands compromise and compliance, Muntu has carved a reputation as a man who would rather lose power than lose himself. Muntu's early life followed a script of privilege. He attended some of Uganda's best schools: Mbara Junior School, Kitunga High School, later renamed Montuyela High School in honor of his father, and he later joined Makerere College before enrolling to Makerere University, where he studied political science and served as deputy president of the Students' Union. It was during this time, in the early 1980s, that Uganda was once again slipping into conflict. President Obote's second administration was under siege from Yoweri Museveni's National Resistance Army, NRA. In 1982, Muntu made a decision that shocked his family and stunned the political establishment as he joined Museveni's Golira movement on the very day he finished his university exams. His father's disappointment was matched by that of President Obote himself, who considered Muntu like a son. But the young graduate was unmoved. He believed Uganda needed change, and he was willing to fight for it. Muntu's commitment was quickly tested. Early in the Bush War, he was shot in the chest and secretly treated by rebel sympathizers in a Kampala hospital. Once recovered, he quickly returned to the front lines. After the NRA victory in 1986, Muntu's rise through the military ranks was swift and significant. He became head of military intelligence, where he supervised, among others, Paul Kagame, the future president of Rwanda. He trained in Russia, returned to command the 4th Division in Gulu, and was later appointed Army Commander in 1989, skipping the rank of brigadier. At just 31 years old, Muntu was now in charge of Uganda's armed forces. His tenure was marked by discipline, reform, and a relentless effort to professionalize the army. But his incorruptibility won him enemies. In an institution where patronage often trumped merit, Muntu's standards were seen as a threat by officers who benefited from the status quo. He was a member of the Constituent Assembly during the drafting of the 1995 Constitution and served as Army Commander until 1998, making him the longest-serving head of the army in the Museveni era. When he was removed, he was on a rare family holiday at Makshan Falls, the first break since taking the job nearly a decade earlier. After his removal from the army, Muntu refused an offer to become cabinet minister, signaling a growing disillusionment with President Museveni's leadership. By the early 2000s, he was gravitating towards Uganda's opposition politics. In 2006, he was elected to the East African Legislative Assembly, IALA, and in 2008, he contested for the presidency of the Forum for Democratic Change, FDC, Uganda's leading opposition party then. He lost to Dr. Kizza Besigye, but remained a senior party figure until finally winning the presidency of the party in 2012. Yet Muntu's leadership style, calm, institutional, and process-oriented, clashed with the confrontational defiance favored by others in the party. In 2017, he lost the FDC presidency to Patrick Amoriat Oboy in an election marked by internal tensions and public accusations. After months of reflection, Muntu and a group of supporters left FDC in September 2018 to form a new political entity. It was a bold and risky move, but entirely in character. By March 2019, Uganda had a new political party, initially known as New Formation. It later became the Alliance for National Transformation, and it was officially launched at Serena Hotel in Kampala with a cross-section of opposition leaders, civil society, and academia in attendance. The party's symbol, a lit bulb, signified the leadership's commitment to transparency and enlightenment in public service.
We are focused disciplined and purposeful. We would like to promise the youth of this country that we will come through on this.
And focused on grassroots mobilization, ethical leadership, and strategic cooperation with other opposition groups, including People Power, led by Robert Chagulanyi, commonly known as Bobby Wine, before it became National Unity Platform NUP, the Democratic Party, led by Norbert Mao and Asman Basali Razjema. In 2021, Muntu stood as the party's first presidential candidate, campaigning on an anti-corruption platform and promising to rebuild public trust in government. Though he didn't win the presidency, Muntu's campaign reminded the country that not all politics must be loud to be strong.
To change a society like ours that has been plunged into a state of hopelessness, where we've reached a point where we seem to think that we don't have capabilities in this country to transform ourselves as a people.
In a political culture often defined by patronage, betrayal, and strongman tactics, General Mugisha Muntu stands apart. To his critics, he may seem too soft for Uganda's rough and turbo political landscape, but to his supporters, he represents something far more powerful, a new kind of leadership rooted in values, strategy, and restraint. Whether in uniform or in politics, Mugisha Muntu has proven he has all three, and he's back to shoot another shot at the presidency. Juliet Nalwooga, NTV.